something strange about television. If I were to ask, who are you? How would you answer that? I mean, think about it. Not your name, not where you are from, or your gender. Who are you? Would you be able to answer that? Can you go on with your daily activities without any headphones? No form of external entertainment. Just you and your thoughts, alone, without feeling bored. When you voice your opinions, are those truly your opinions? Are those original thoughts? Or are those thoughts that have been downloaded into you since childhood? We have to understand that television programming has always been monitored. They are funded by corporations, and if the content isn't going by what it has been initially approved for, then they are either handed a script or they are completely canceled. What does this say? It says that we are watching what we are allowed to watch. Flicking through channels is the illusion of freedom. You don't like this channel, so you change it to another channel, thinking it is a freedom of choice. But what we fail to realize is that they are all channels created and funded by the same corporation. You see, the radiant light and flicker slips your mind into a hypnotic trance state. Your brain waves plummet from beta waves, logical thoughts, into a lower mental state, alpha waves. It's a state of relaxation, hypnosis. Explains why we feel sleepy while watching TV. You see kids glued to the television. You call them and you don't get a response, as if they're ignoring you. It's not intentional. They are in a state of hypnosis. This is when your subconscious mind is totally vulnerable, open to any suggestions. The part of the brain that is responsible for logical thinking tune out. This is why advertisement works so well, because they are advertising to a passive and suggestive brain state. Now, how can this affect us? It's understood that chronic stress causes cortisol to rise constantly, and it can be detrimental to brain health. It can affect your amygdala, fear center, and hippocampus, autonomic nervous system. It can be weakened, causing you to lose stress control, leading to depression and other unwanted health issues. I hope you guys are with me here, because I'm going to tie this up into a nice bow soon. We also have psychic numbing, a term coined by Robert Lifton.
The psychic numbing is a very important term that was coined by Robert Lifton in his study of the aid workers at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There was so much carnage and human wreckage that they had to turn off their feelings, in a sense, in order to be able to do their jobs.
It's a tendency we have to shut off our feelings from past events that were too traumatic, or from future threats that seem to have massive consequences but low probability. Humans have a limit on how much compassion is felt. For example, we can see that an individual is in great danger, we all jump to save the day. But if it's announced that hundreds and hundreds of people are being killed, we just completely shut off our feelings.
His first insights concerned how humans perceive change.
When you start with a very dim light, it doesn't take much change for you to notice the difference.
Human visual perception discriminates tiny changes when the signal is small. When there is a soft light, the eye easily notices one additional light. But the situation is completely different with large quantities of light. In a bright scene, illuminated by many candles, the light added by one new candle is hardly noticeable.
As the magnitude increases, we become less sensitive to change.
We become numb because we know there's nothing we can do. It's a form of stress we go through. This is what TV does daily, announcing terrorist attacks every year. All natural disasters, whether big or small, are always announced as the biggest catastrophic since X amount of years. Nothing we can do but just numb ourselves in a state of fear, learned helplessness. It's a psychological warfare. This is why men watch sports all day. Men feel powerless. They are being governed every day, go to work and have to answer to their boss and follow rules and policies established in that corporation. They're driving down the street, they have to be aware of the laws, or there's an authoritative figure he has to answer to. So he goes home and roots for his team. If his team loses, he's upset. His team wins, he feels great, as if he's there winning with the team. He feels a sense of accomplishment, euphoric. He feels good about himself. This is why people live vicariously through the lives of celebrities. Women see the latest fashion. They have to get that big diamond because it's a girl's best friend. They have to have that big wedding. It's only a girl's dream since childhood because that is what is perceived as happiness via television. Television destroys any progress in society. Bars used to be a place for stimulating conversations. Ideas would be shared. People would gather to talk about politics. Now there's television and music placed with high volumes. You can't even hear your thoughts. It's distracting as it is mesmerizing as soon as you glance towards a television. TV isn't for entertainment. It's for programming. We are led by sequences. We get emotionally invested and all logic is out the door, alternating our perception and morals. We see actors casted to play the role of a womanizer. That may be something against your morals, but he's your favorite actor. You want to be just like him, so you change to fit that image and become a womanizer too. Women become bulimic, striving to look like a model society through TV perceives as beauty. They plant subliminal messages that, without you realizing, is picked up by your subconscious mind. All of us raised by watching TV are fixed with predetermined conclusions by TV programming. This is how society has been shaped. Nobody bounces ideas around. We regurgitate what has been programmed unto us. There are things we can do to reprogram ourselves, but I'll leave that for another video. It can be challenging, but not impossible. We can learn to disconnect from the media and live freely. It's all repetitive and negative news anyway. It's predictable. Kids shouldn't be exposed to it for many hours entertained with a tablet. They should be challenged into thinking critically, being imaginative as they are supposed to be living. It's school and TV that strips that away from them. It's not that they're lazy, it's just there's no inspiration. That light has been taken from them. A life on the grid will be great, disconnected from the world, living an organic life the way nature intended. That would be amazing. That's a journey I'm willing to take. Nothing strange about that.